Hey guys, I need to give a shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video. If you're unaware of what SeatGeek is, it is an app that lets you buy tickets to concerts, to sporting events, to any sort of major thing that you want to get a ticket to. And what it does is it shows you a map of the tickets listed across all different websites, and it shows you which deal is a good deal and which deal is a bad deal, so you know if you're getting ripped off. So if you download the app and you want to go and use it to buy tickets, make sure you use my code COOGS at checkout and you will save $20 off your first order. Thanks, SeatGeek. Man, it's been a while since we've had a roster update. It's been like, what, 3 weeks? Like a legit one, not this whole like transactional one where position changes and stuff like that. I'm talking about like the attributes. I'm talking about the big beefy roster updates. We're finally getting one this Friday on the 13th, so of course I'm going to give you guys my roster update predictions for this one. Just a quick reminder on my roster update videos. Number 1, I only cover upgrades. I do not cover downgrades. Number 2, I only cover players that I think are jumping from one tier to the next, so only guys going from like bronze to silver or silver to gold or whatever. And there will probably be guys that you think I should talk about that I don't, so let me know down in the comments who you think I missed, or who you think deserves it, or if you agree with me or disagree with me. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the roster update video. So just like every other update prediction video, I like to start it off with the bronze to silver predictions, and the first guy we're going to talk about is Maikel Franco from the Philadelphia Phillies. He's hitting .274 on the season with a .323 on base percentage, .467 slugging percentage, and a .790 OPS. In the last 28 days, he's hitting .369 with a .438 on base percentage, a .646 slugging, and an OPS of over 1,000. On the season, he's got 12 home runs, 12 doubles, 45 RBIs, and if you take a look at his card, he's got 43.59 contact, 43.49, 59.67 power with 77 vision. Against righties this season, he's hitting .296 with a .336 on base percentage. I definitely think the contact versus righties should go up, and I think that maybe the hitting overall needs to be bumped up against everything. So he's a 74 overall, so it's really not too hard of a jump to get 1 overall. I mean, he's playing down on the day at 12 against righties, and that's really bringing him down to 71. Imagine if you just got like a +5 to righties or something like that. He'd easily be a 75. So I do think Franco is a good silver prediction. So now staying in the National League, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the Chicago Cubs shortstop Addison Russell. He is also a 74 overall bronze, so getting a 1 overall jump to a silver shouldn't be that big of an issue, especially if you look at his inside edge today. He's a 76 because he's playing up 9 against righties, so not too much of a jump there. But on the season, .279 average, .350 on base percentage, .406 slugging, and a .755 OPS. Last month in June, he hit .329 with a .386 on base, a .481 slugging, and an .867 OPS. And against lefties this season, he's got a .296 average with a .367 on base percentage. And if you look at his numbers against lefties, 43 contact, whatever about the power, just looking at the contact, 43 when he's hitting .296 against them, that has to go up. I do think the lefty numbers will go up, and possibly the righty numbers too. I do think he'll be able to get to a 75. So the next guy is actually somebody that I talked about in my last roster update prediction video. I personally have no idea how this guy is still a silver, or still a bronze, and hasn't gotten to a silver yet. Like, he's playing +12 on the day. That brings him up to a 78. That brings him up almost to a gold. Like, this guy's having a really good year, and for some reason SDS just doesn't want to update him. But Arodys Vizcaino from the Atlanta Braves, he's a closing pitcher. He's got a 1.71 ERA, 31.2 innings pitched. He's got 33 strikeouts and 12 walks, 15 out of 17 on the save opportunities. He's got a .209 batting average against with a 1.137 whip, and he hasn't allowed an earned run since May 15th. You guys realize it's been almost 2 months since he's allowed an earned run? Like, I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's the walks per 9 or they don't want to update the hits in case per. I don't know what it is, but if you have been that locked down in the bullpen for 2 months, like, why are you not getting any love? I don't get it, but I do think Vizcaino should definitely be a silver. All right, guys, now it is time to jump into silver to gold. I always say I think silver to gold is where you can probably make the most amount of stubs if you are heavily doing investments in these guys. So this is who I recommend: Wilson Ramos. Now, Wilson Ramos, I've had my eye on for a couple weeks, and I've always felt like I just don't feel like he quite has enough, you know what I mean? Like, I always feel like there's just a little bit more that he needs, and I think now, I do think he has enough to get to a gold. He's hitting 291 on the season, 340 on base percentage, a 479 slugging, and an 819 OPS, 14 home runs, 51 RBIs. In the last 28 days, he's got a 316 average, 381 on base, 960 OPS with 6 home runs and 19 RBIs. Against righties this season, he's hitting 276 with a 333 on base, 8 home runs and 6 doubles, and you know, when you're hitting 276 against righties with a 333 on base, 8 home runs and stuff like that, the numbers against righties I think should go up, especially the power. And if you look at his inside edge, +5 on the day, he is all the way up to an 80. So all he needs a +5 against righties to get him up there. I think with his power numbers against righties this year, with 8 home runs and 6 doubles, I think that could easily be boosted to like a 65 or something like that. So maybe the contact goes with it, I don't know, but I think he should have enough to get to a gold. 80 overall, he's the starting catcher for the American League in the All-Star game. Give Wilson Ramos some love. Next guy I have is Yuli Gurriel from the Houston Astros. Now, I was kind of on the fence about this guy until I really started digging into his stats and I saw some things that really stood out to me. So with Yuli, he's hitting 305 on the year, really good average, 337 on base, 441 slugging with a 777 OPS. Like, pretty good stat line right there. But look at this. Last month in June, he hit 330 with an 850 OPS, 3 home runs, 7 doubles, and 21 RBIs. So he had a great month. His power probably should go up maybe a little bit, I don't know. But then this is what really stood out to me. He's got 84 contact in the game against right-handed pitching, but against lefties this season, he's hitting 323 with a 360 on base percentage and an 801 OPS. The contact and the power against lefties definitely needs to go up on this guy. He's playing +10 on the day against righties. That brings him up to an 81. That like gives him well enough to get to a gold. I think he definitely deserves an upgrade to his lefty numbers. I think he's way better against lefties than MLB The Show is showing. So I think if he gets maybe like a +7 or something to his lefty numbers, that gets him up to an 80 overall gold at least. And maybe even a bit of a boost against righties, I don't know. He's hitting pretty well against them, obviously. I don't know if they're going to go higher on the power or whatnot, but Yuli, I think, could possibly get to a gold. I think he's a pretty good investment. Next up, we've got the guy who got robbed of the Player of the Month card in June. I think that's Scooter Gennett. He's a 78 overall silver, playing up to a 79 on the day because he's got +6 against righties. Scooter Gennett is having a fantastic season. I personally think he should have been the all-star starting second baseman for the NL, but Javier Baez did get the spot. It's okay, they both are having amazing seasons, that's totally fine. I just voted for Scooter. But anyway, Scooter's hitting 322 with a 369 on-base percentage, 507 slugging, and an 876 OPS. Obviously, on his card, the numbers against righties, the 92 contact against righties is the big thing that stands out. But against lefties this season, he's hitting 317 with a 340 on-base percentage and a 517 slugging. So both numbers against lefties should go up, both the contact and the power. The thing about Scooter Gennett, it was kind of the same problem with his Player of the Month card, is the thing that holds him back is his defensive ratings. Now, I'm not very good at like reading these defensive metric stats. Like, I don't really like know too much about how they're calculated and, you know, how to really rate a player. So it's hard for me to really say he should get an upgraded defense or whatnot. But second base in MLB The Show is a very defensive primary position. Like, guys can have very low hitting, but if they have very high defense, their overall might be higher. I mean, look at Yohan Moncada. He doesn't have great hitting in the game, but his defense is really good, so he's up there. So I think that Scooter Gennett, his biggest like obstacle is the fielding in this game. So I don't know if they're ever going to touch his fielding. I don't know how good or bad he is as a fielder. The hitting is there. Scooter Gennett's hitting is there. He hits like almost a diamond, but he's just got to get the fielding up. So that's the one thing that could hold him back, but I'm thinking maybe if he gets enough love to his hitting, having a little bit less elite defense could be okay and get him up to a gold. I don't know though. I'm going to say yes, but it's tough. Another second baseman that I think is finally going to get the love he deserves is Ozzie Albies. I think it's time, guys. Ozzie Albies, they've been very conservative with the upgrades and stuff like that, but I think now it's time. I think he's proven himself time and time again throughout the season, and I think he should get to a gold. He's a 79. All he needs is a 1 overall jump. He's playing +13 against righties today. That brings him up to an 83. That brings him up almost to a diamond. So that's crazy. But against this season, he's hitting 285 with a 324 on base percentage, a 514 slugging and an 838 OPS. He's got 18 home runs on the season. He is second in the National League in hits. And listen to this, he leads the National League in doubles, at-bats, plate appearances, runs, total bases, and extra base hits. He leads the National League in 6 different hitting categories, so I definitely think he should get some love there. And against righties, he's hitting 276 with 13 home runs and 19 doubles. The contact and the power against righties needs to go up. You can see just by getting 13, he's playing up to mid-gold. So if you give him even like a +6 or a +7, that gets him up easily to an 80 or an 81. So definitely Ozzie Albies needs to be up to a gold this week. I think it's a pretty good bet. Next guy, Nicholas Castellanos from the Detroit Tigers. He's been an interesting player. He's having a very good season. He's been one of the shining spots for the Tigers this year. They're not having the best season in their history, but he's definitely a guy that you can look at and be like, all right. But overall, he's having a really solid 2018 campaign. He's hitting 306 with a 359 on base, 523 slugging, 882 OPS. On the season, he's got 15 home runs, 28 doubles, 56 RBIs. In the last 28 days, he's hitting 293 with an OPS over 1,000, and he's got 87 contact against lefties with 72 power against lefties, and it's obvious in the game he hits better against lefties, and honestly, I think that could go up. I really do. He's got 87 contact against lefties, but on the season, he's hitting 420 against lefties. 400, like, yeah, that's not a thing. He's hitting 420 against lefties, and he's got then against righties, he's got 9 home runs and 21 doubles, and he's only got 15 power, or 51 power. I'm messing up all over the place. Basically, I think the contact versus lefties should go up, and the power versus righties should go up. And if you look at him on the day, +12 against righties, he's playing up to an 81. So I think Castellanos should have enough just on his hitting alone. And yeah, I think he could be gold. And the last silver to gold upgrade that I have is going to be Blake Treinen from the Oakland Athletics. I know he did just get the Player of the Month card, which is awesome. It's great to see him in there. But I think his live series card definitely deserves some more love than it's getting. He's got a .98 ERA. He's got an ERA underneath 1 in 46 innings pitched. He's got a batting average against of 108 with a 0.96 whip. He's 23 for 26 in save opportunities with 30 strikeouts on the season. And before yesterday, I'm trying to think of the time you're watching this video, the last earned run he gave up was June 16th. And last night's loss to the Astros wasn't necessarily really on him. Like, Lucroy made a bad play, and it just turned out to be a really weird play. So it wasn't necessarily his fault. Maybe the base runner, I don't know. But I think overall, Blake Treinen should be up to a gold. He's only 2 points away. He doesn't have any inside edge today, so it's hard to tell, but I think he deserves it. And now, guys, finally, it is time to give you my gold to diamond predictions. In the last one, I actually had nobody going diamond, and turned out nobody went diamond. Today, for this roster update, I'm predicting that 2 players will go diamond. The first guy, yes, Andrelton Simmons, I think will go diamond. Hashtag vote Simba. Get him in there for the final vote. He's hitting 312 on the season with a 372 on base percentage, a 442 slugging, and an 814 OPS. He's been one of the best hitters on the Angels. He does definitely get overshadowed by Mike Trout, of course, and even Shohei Ohtani, but Andrelton Simmons is having one of the best hitting years of his career, if not the best hitting year of his career. And if you look at his MLB The Show 18 card, obviously the defense is there. He's a diamond fielder. He's the best defensive fielder in the game, or defensive shortstop in the game. And you know, all he needs is just some hitting boosts. And Fuzzy actually took a picture and posted it on Twitter a couple weeks ago, where Simmons is an 84. All he needs is a +1 against righties for him to get up to a diamond. If his contact gets to an 82 and his power gets to a 46, both against righties, he's up to a diamond. Today, he's playing +6 against the lefties. That brings him up to an 85. Andrelton Simmons is literally this close from being a diamond. The defense is already there. All he needs is the smallest little hitting boost, and he will get there. He's hitting 315 this season against righties, so the contact could go up. And the power could go up because he's got like 6 home runs too. And then he needs a big upgrade to his lefty contact. 64 contact right now, but he's hitting 305 against lefties. Andrelton Simmons has to go diamond this week. I'm calling it. And Shelfie's gonna be really happy about this one, guys. Aaron Nola. I do think Aaron Nola is putting together a very good season for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's turning into a really nice ace for them. He's got a 2.27 ERA in 123 innings pitched 126 strikeouts on the season and only 34 walks. He leads the National League, the entire National League, in both position players and pitchers. He leads the entire NL in WAR. Wins above replacement, Aaron Nola is #1 in the National League, and he also leads all pitchers in home runs per 9. So the home runs per 9 should go up a little bit, I think. And he's got 3 consecutive starts with 7 innings pitched, less than 2 earned runs, and 8 or more strikeouts. Aaron Nola is having a fantastic season. I think a +2 to his gold card is definitely possible. I say he gets up to a diamond. And every week, guys, of course, I just want to say Garrett Cole is still robbed. He should not be an 84. He should be a diamond. But there you guys go. Those are my roster update predictions for July 13th roster update. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Do you think that I missed anybody? Do you think that somebody should be recognized more? Let me know all your opinions down there in the comments. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Drop a thumbs up if you did. And yeah, peace out, guys.